A federal judge has issued a ruling suggesting that a core part of ICE's immigration enforcement is unconstitutional. U.S. District Judge Andre Barot Jr., who is, of course, an Obama appointee, says the L.A. County Sheriff's Department violated the rights of illegal immigrants by holding them at the request of federal authorities instead of granting them bail. Thanks to that ruling, illegal immigrants are now entitled to monetary damages financed by taxpayers. Evangeline Gomez is an attorney, and she joins us tonight. Evangeline, thanks for coming on.
Hi, good evening, Tucker.
So you've got a left-wing federal judge who has declared that illegal immigrants, once they sneak in, have a right to be unmolested by federal legal authorities, and if Americans try to do something about it, they're the criminals.
Well, actually, the characterization that you make is incorrect. These were not people who snuck on in. These were, majority of these people were individuals who were here on a work visa that had expired. Some individuals in this case were actually U.S. citizens who were just born in a foreign country. And what happened here, it's a practice, honestly, Tucker, that's been going on for many years now in different parts of the country. ICE finds these little local jails. In this situation, it was Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, which I was surprised by. Typically, you see this in more obscure places.
Wait. Let me just be really clear about something. The American citizens who are born in other countries, that's a mistake. I mean, that's not germane to the policy, and it's not germane to this debate. They were accidentally picked up, and they shouldn't have been.
That was part of the class of plaintiffs that sued and that actually won in this situation.
Hold on.
That's not true, Tucker.
What is true is the judge's order pertains to people here illegally, and I should clarify, it doesn't matter how you got here, whether you ran over the border, whether you overstayed a visa, you're here illegally. And so the question is, are we allowed...
One person was a U.S. citizen. At least one person that was named.
But that person doesn't apply. That's not the point. U.S. citizens have a right to live here by definition. It's their country. But people who are here illegally don't have a right to be here.
Tucker, if I could state this, what was illegal here was how the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department was operating. They basically were getting these detainer requests, and it's a request. It's not a requirement for them to act in accordance with, okay, by ICE. Okay, so it's voluntary on their part. They're not required by law to act on this. They were then going, rounding up, and picking up people simply on these detainer requests, which did not have any probable cause. That's what the judge found. There was no probable cause for these detainer requests.
What rights do Americans have? I'm kind of losing track here.
Okay,
do we have a right to tell people who are not here legally to leave and to make them leave if they don't leave?
What you need to walk away with in this case is that undocumented immigrants have legal rights. And what was happening here was completely illegal.
I'm very aware. I hear every day. But what are our rights as Americans? Do we have a right to tell people who are not here legally to leave? Do we or don't we?
Tucker, we do have a right as taxpayers and as citizens, and I'm glad you brought this point up. It's very poignant. We have a right to make sure that our tax dollars are not being directed towards chasing people who are here and whose matters are to be dealt with
I want to know, do we have a right? Okay, I get it.
Civil courts. These are civil offenses. These are not crimes. Being here because you overstay a visa is not a crime. It is a civil offense.
So let me ask you,
to be dealt with in the immigration courts, which we, of course, the taxpayers pay for. You can try and outshout me,
but I'd really like to get a clear answer on this, which is, does the country have a right to determine who from other countries gets to stay here and to say you are not allowed to be here, you didn't go through the process that our Congress designed, and now you have to leave? What you're saying is, no, we don't have that right.
I'm not saying that.
And if you don't have that, yes, you are. Yes, you are, and you devote a lot of time to stripping us of that right.
I do not devote that type of time. I'm not an immigration attorney. I do not devote any time to what you are stating. What I am saying is that the court found that these are matters that have to be resolved. These are civil offenses that have to be resolved in the immigration court.
I get it. Do we have a right? Hold on. This is important. This is the core question.
And so is the judge's ruling.
Does the country have a right to tell people who are here illegally to leave? And you're saying no. And the entire left is saying no.
I'm not saying no, and neither is the left. We have laws that provide protections. These matters. If you want to deport somebody, that's fine. You don't go to a criminal court. You go to the civil court, immigration court.
But the feds have no jurisdiction in the states in immigration matters? That's what you're arguing.
No, they do have jurisdiction.
Oh, they do. Tell that to the Attorney General of California.
In the immigration courts that have been established by our laws and that we as taxpayers pay for. When they take money out of your paycheck, and they take money out of mine, it's
then
to
that
pay
goes
for
to
these
the legal
courts to make
defense
sure
of
people
illegals who we're being mean to, who aren't supposed to be here in the first place, and we're violating their rights.
Actually,
I wish
it's
you would spend more time
that's
thinking
not
about
true.
the rights of American citizens like me.
I do. I'm an American citizen. I do think about my rights.
I haven't
and we
noticed
protect
that.
ours, and we protect those that have constitutional rights, which they do. Supreme Court decisions.
Yeah, I got that.
Many.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks.
Have a great Valentine's Day.
Yeah.